Hi, I'm Jim Gray, team leader of the James Gray team here at Keller Williams, and today we're going to be talking about this question. Is it good for a seller to pay the buyer's closing costs? Okay, should you, as a seller, pay a buyer's closing costs? That is a great question. But before I get to that, I just want to point out a couple links on the website. If you want to search for homes like a real estate agent, just click this link right here. Or if you'd like to get an idea of what your home might be worth in today's market, just click this link and we'll deliver to you a real-time value of your home. All right, so I get asked this a lot. I meet with lots of sellers. And sellers will say many times, Jim, I absolutely will not pay the buyer's closing costs. And my question always back is, why not? Okay, so here's what I mean. As a seller, the most important thing for you to think about is what you want to net. Not what you want to collect, but what you want to net, right? A very wise man said to me one time, it doesn't matter how much money you get, it's how much money you keep. So let me give you a very, very typical scenario. What if you had a house to sell? And this is for easy math because I can do this in my head. And let's say you wanted to net $100,000, okay? So let's say a buyer wanted to buy your house, but let's say they had good credit, which is common. Let's say they had a good job, also common, and they can get a mortgage, common, but here's the problem. They don't have a lot of cash for the closing, but they want to buy your house. Let me ask you something. Would you let them buy your house for $106,000? And then at the closing table, give them $6,000 of the $106 to use toward their closing costs? You still net your 100 and you paid their closing costs. Think about that. At the end of the day, it's absolutely fine to pay a buyer's closing costs as long as, strategically speaking, you hit your net number. So always remember, when it comes to thinking about an offer from a buyer that's asking you to pay their closing costs, the question simply is, if I pay their closing costs, will I hit my net number? And if the answer is yes, then I would say pay the closing costs. And if the answer is no, then you go back to the negotiating table trying to make sure that you can collect more and maybe get them to take less for the closing costs. Remember, it's always about the net number.